What is going on, everybody? The Hero Tiny 5 here, and we're going to talk about Black Panther. I'm going to give you my honest opinion about the movie, and I'm going to go into spoiler territory if anybody hasn't seen it yet. Um, definitely, definitely you're going to be warned by some spoilers, but let's jump right into the movie itself. First and foremost, it's just a Marvel movie, and there's a lot of high-octane action in this movie. But what makes this film so good, and I actually like it personally, is the message that it brings to the film as well, through African American culture and actually Africans in general. I do like the movie. It's really visually beautiful and stunning to look at. The visuals are really good. The characters, the characters are really good. All of them have really good personalities. They're, you know, T'Challa, the main character, and also Killmonger. He's also really good because they bring a lot of depth and story to these characters that you've never seen in the Marvel movie. Bring a lot of depth and insights to these characters, and it's really, really good because it focuses on equality through blacks and also African Americans as well. It really has a really strong message to actually realize that, we're all equal in this world, and we're not just different people. We're not just African Americans. We're not just blacks or anything like that. Or we're not just whites or Asians or all that. It's more about that and explosive more. What I also like about this movie is the African heritage that most of these people do in the movie. It brings in life to the movie, and it just has a lot of certain things to go around with this movie as well, and which I like about it as well too. I like Killmonger's backstory. It brings in a nice fresh backstory to a villain that we haven't seen in any previous Marvel installments, but it's a very visually entertaining film that just has a lot of action in it as well. So yeah, so here we're going to go to the spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie yet, you'll be terribly warned by the movie. So I did like some parts of the movie. Most and foremost, I like a lot of the funny moments that were played by Princess Shuri, who was just a phenomenal character in the movie. I think she did a really good job. T'Challa's really good too, not as great as well. But there's some parts of the movie that I actually really like are some of the stuff that the characters explain about life and all that kind of stuff, about not being too hidden and not sharing their vibranium with other people around the world because they're afraid of what people are going to do to them and what they're going to use their vibranium for evil doings, wrongdoings, just a lot of stuff that happens around the film as well too. I also did also like some action sequences. They blend really well with the movie as well too, and the women especially are so good because they control most of the film, as well as Black Panther himself. He elevates the film as well too, and Killmonger as well. But the women in this movie bring a great performance to the roles. They really are really just out of their way as well too. I like the post-credit scene. It was really good. It explains pretty much what T'Challa was going to do in the movie. It explains what he tends to do and build bridges in between so people could actually use the vibranium and not just be, evil. I want to say not evil, just not evil foreigners who are using this vibranium for really bad influences as well too. You gotta understand. The only parts I didn't like out of the film was sort of the consistency of keeping Killmonger as like the I like him in the movie, but I didn't like that he had less screen time than the rest of the other characters in the film. I thought that would have been a great way of explaining this character even more, instead of just having him, just be that lost kid and stuff like that. But he explained it a lot, but he didn't explain it too much, and I wanted him to have more screen time as he was very interesting villain, and we wanted to learn more about him instead of just that he was an outcast, and he wanted to see Wakanda, and he fought his way to protect his people, because I understand his point of view as well too. This ain't like Civil War, Captain America Civil War, where Iron Man had his own viewpoint of what things are in the world, and how Cap had his viewpoint of what he stands for. It's not like that story. It's more of cultural differences between African Americans and Africans as well. And the story that really builds up as well is really, really nice and really interesting. I also didn't like the use of the CGI. Some of the CGIs look fake in the movie, but that's just a little nitpick that I think many of us are going to forget as well too. They overused some scenes that we used on previous Marvel films, like for instance, as I said before, this is a spoiler review, and I did also see a Spider-Man 3 referenced in the movie where T'Challa and Killmonger were fighting before they get into the train tracks. So the vibranium, and it was kind of like, you know, a cop out for the Spider-Man 3 movie, which is not really a good film, but that's for another day as well too. I liked the end credit scene because it was just a great way to end the film and show us that Shuri was also taking care of another broken white man. As you may remember, during the film, Shuri said that there was another broken white man they were going to fix, which was Martin Freeman's character, and she has the Winter Soldier at her disposal in the end of the film, and they dubbed him the White Wolf, and that was pretty nice, so giving us that hint that there was another broken white male that was going to be fixed in the film as well too. Now, I really love the visuals in this film. The visuals are spot on. Probably one of the best visuals in the Marvel film I ever seen. I said this before as well too. And also, it does feel like Lion King. There are some scenes that feel like Lion King where T'Challa goes back and talks to his father like Simba talks to his father, but it's not like spiritual ways or anything like that. It's more of, like I said, it's more of him to confronting his father, to the wrongdoings that he has done, and how him and the Kings are not just like him. They know the ways of old and all that kind of stuff. I like the message in the film. Also, another great part of the movie that I actually really liked was the message that Killmonger brings at the end of the film before he dies, that he rather die for bondage, rather die just like his people died, instead of just, you know, dying just because he's an evil villain and all that. And Killmonger is a villain in Black Panther comics. I don't know him too well, but you know, it was really good. It's not, I won't call it the best Marvel film. I will call it a game changer, because it showed us that this is my opinion. You can free to disagree, but this is the first time an African American and also African movie was. This is the first time an African movie was a big blockbuster that wasn't your typical like, oh, slavery or, you know, tribal stuff. This was a big blockbuster with Africans in this movie that was just really good and really had a strong message and viewpoints. All the characters were really good. The visuals were great. Wanted to live in Wakanda as well, and it was a really good movie. I saw it 3 times in theaters. I saw it in IMAX the first time on Thursday night when it first came out, and I saw it again with my folks on Monday when I had a day off, and then I saw it today with my friends for a birthday party, and you know, it was really good. I really saw a lot of things that I didn't see in my second viewing and my third viewing of the film as well. You know, I kind of play it. I mean, you know, every time I see 3 movies, it's usually just a thing with me. When I see it the third time, I usually talk about it even more than I used to in the second time. But this was a really good movie. It had nice messages throughout the film. The visuals were great. Stories were good. I had a lot of I had some nitpicks to the film, but it was really good. Forrest Whitaker was incredible. I like him, and Sterling K. Brown was good as well as a side character. You know, it was just an amazing, spiritual, welcoming film that is just excellent on all sense of the word as well too. Anyways, Thank you for watching my review, and this is the Hero 75 here, and I'll see you in the next video. Wakanda forever.